What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Quadcast, the show where we get real, get raw, and get loud about mental health, substance use, and the fight to take our lives back.
Each episode, we're cutting through the stigma, dropping knowledge, sharing stories, and bringing the heat with guests who have lived it and aren't afraid to talk about it.
So turn it up, lock in, and let's break barriers, spark change, and build a community that refuses to stay silent. You're tuned into the Quadcast, and let's get into it.
You can find us on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, or email us. The Quadcast is always looking for new guests, whether you're individuals that have experienced it, you're in law enforcement, treatment programs, nurses, doctors, or anyone that just has something to say. Come share your story with us on mental health or substance abuse.
Warning, there's cussing in this video. If you don't like swear words, well, you're
watching the wrong damn show.
So, you brought up lobotomies.
Mm-hmm.
How does knowing the history of past medical treatments help you interpret paranormal activity at a location?
It really helps to really understand, like, what the spirit's mindset is and, like, what they've been through. And to know, like, if you start hearing, like, this electrical thing going on in the spirit box, you could say, well, they did do electric shock therapy in this room. So you could correlate that maybe with that. Or I said that we go and find, like, the tub in a building and we go take a picture of it. We did not realize that the tub that we were taking a picture in, they would do, like, that waterboarding and hydrotherapy and stuff in that tub. And I feel like now that I know that, I feel like maybe we could have went in there with a little bit more respect.
Have you encountered paranormal activity that seemed linked to outdated or harmful medical practices?
Yeah. We had a instance with some stuff going on at what's that place called? I can't think. Sweet Springs. We had this doctor that was making rounds. There was multiple times where we seen like a doctor, like we could literally see, like, multiple people could see that doctor going in and out of those, doing that residual haunting, like I said. So I wasn't thinking a lot about it at the time, but whenever we got to one of the rooms and I was sitting there and I was, talking to spirits and stuff, you could clearly hear some of those patients being over medicated. Like, I was thinking, oh my gosh, they're drunk. And then you realize that you're in a hospital where alcohol is not permitted. And then you start thinking, oh, they're just over medicated. A lot of, like, I've heard that several times. Like, once it clicks in my head, hey, we're in a sanitarium. Alcohol's not really permitted here. Like, these people are just over medicated. And that's showing even now.
What outdated medical treatments do you think most contributed to hauntings today?
The literal torture that patients at, like, Trans-Allegheny would go through. They were locked in cages there, and that just when trauma happens somewhere, that energy stays there. So patients that would have, go down to Trans-Allegheny and have a lobotomy would, on $5 lobotomy Friday, like, that trauma, that energy stays in that place. So you have, all those years of that medical malpractice happening over and over and over and over again.
Do spirits at formal medical sites seem more distressed, calm, or communicative?
They like to be heard and they like to be seen more there. Like they want, yeah, they like that communication. However, there's a lot of distress. Like I'm normally super tired after I investigate a hospital because there's so much just trauma in the air still, and that energy, that it's really hard to.
Have you noticed patterns in hauntings related specifically to surgical wards, operating rooms, or isolation rooms?
Yeah. So like I said, back to that residual haunting. There's a lot of specific things. Heart monitors. You will hear at the old hospital in College Hill down in where's that? It's not Weston. It's I can't. It starts with a W. Williamson. They were hearing heart monitors down there, just beeping, and it wasn't equipment. Like REM pods wouldn't even be on, and they'd hear it come from the room where there was a heart monitor in there. So like, there's like that kind of stuff, and then there's like the doctors doing their rounds.
What historical records do you look for before investigating a medical facility, if there are any?
I want to know if there was any like on record medical malpractice deaths, kind of, because I want to go in there with the most knowledge and the most respect as possible, to where I don't trigger a ghost's bad memories, because spirit still does have feelings. They might be dead, but they're really not. They're kind of undead at the same time, so they still have feelings. So I want to know if Lorraine was strapped to a wheelchair and pushed down the stairs, right, kind of thing.
So I think this is a good time to stop and answer
the
2 questions that were asked from the Facebook post, as you mentioned, from Sierra. And so the first question is, have you ever encountered a case where understanding mental health completely changed how you interpreted what was happening?
Yeah. I would say back to the rape victim that we came across, understanding kind of, because those first few words came across and I don't think anybody really understood, but it was kind of that, I think it started out with, you're going to kill yourself anyway. And it kind of triggered in my mind, like, okay, I understand kind of what's going on right now. Like, we've got some medical malpractice going on, and then it went into all of that stuff. And I was like, okay, I mean, I understand what's going on, but I cannot believe this is going on. Or the over medication thing. Like, now that I understand, like, they weren't drunk, they were just literally drugged, so they would be calm.
So what? And this is question number 2 from the same person, Emma, or seeing her last name, Sierra. But what responsibility do paranormal investigators have when working in places tied to trauma, tragedy, or institutional history?
So keeping respect of the place and those patients and their vulnerability, because, you know, saying one wrong thing could completely, you know, kind of like them calling it Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum still, instead of just Trans-Allegheny Asylum, or admitting people in there.
Right.
Like, that is not a responsible thing to do as an investigator. Because especially as much as they charge out of there, I feel like they overcharge. I feel like that's another responsibility, is to, if it is any haunted location shouldn't be overcharging. However, places like that capitalize on that mental health aspect and asylum, and you're crazy and you're insane and you're a lunatic and ha ha ha, you have schizophrenia and this, and you're lobotomies. You want to get the lobotomy? Literally, that's I feel like one of the biggest responsibilities is keeping the respect of, you know, somebody's grandma was in there getting a lobotomy. Like, you need to really keep that respect for the spirits.
Okay. We've got some pictures that you shared with us.
Mm-hmm.
You want to
Start,
go through those?
Yeah, start from the beginning.
I don't remember which one was the first one, but we're going to start at the beginning.
Yeah, we'll start with that one.
Let me get it shared here.
These pictures, some of them were sent in by Vince, aka the Urban Investigator. Urban Investigations. He does tours. He does overnight investigations. He does tours and events and all of that fun stuff. And Drew from the Haunted Raven also sent a few. This one was sent in by Vince. This is one of the hallways at Trans-Allegheny. Drew also does overnight investigations that you can book and buy and go, and he keeps a lot of respect, and so does Vince. Vince used to work at Waverly Hills Sanitarium.
So you said this was just one of the hallways?
Yeah, that's one of the patient treatment rooms. I think that's up near possibly where the lobotomy ward it was. Like the recovery room and all that. I don't know, that color is the same color that I remember the lobotomy ward being on. I couldn't find any of my pictures. So that was one of the operating rooms at one point. I don't know if that equipment is original to the place, because I know that they have people just bring old medical equipment sometimes. But I believe it was like a dentist office or something along those lines, kind of mocked up and set up. This one's from Drew. The last pictures were from Vince. This one's from Drew. This is one of the rooms that they would all be crammed into. And this one might have been the room that they eventually turned into like a recreational room. So they started shoving more people into smaller rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one's a weird room in general. Like, a lot of people have had things happen there. So
There's the next one.
that is another kind of just doctor's office mocked up setup in there. That one was like if you notice like all the bars on the windows,
Mm-hmm.
they were literally just kept prisoner in these places.
Right.
Yeah, that was one of the actual doctor's offices. Or bedrooms. It's locked. I tried to go in there one time. They wouldn't let me in there. It was kind of rude, but I get it. Now, mind you, this facility only closed in 1994. So from 1864 to 1994, all of this abuse was taking place until the state finally shut them down. That was one of the beds. If you notice, like, how just uncomfortable that would be. Like, there was a mattress on top sometimes.
Probably not much of one.
No. That's the morgue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the autopsy morgue area.
Beautiful place.
They would, if somebody died there, they would just use them for science. This is a lobotomy picture. This one Vince kindly sent to me. If you see on there, those are all the things that you could qualify to have a lobotomy for. That didn't happen, by the way. Like those before and after pictures, that was that's more of the before is actually the after, and the after is actually before, because
Damn, you could get one for ADD.
Yeah. Schizophrenia, panic disorders,
Where do we sign up?
OCD,
It only
chronic
takes
pain,
10 minutes. Hell.
violent no, it's actually not. Like this is definitely one of
Yeah,
those
it
things.
seems like a good time. See how unhappy she is? And then after, she's so happy.
Okay, so those before and after pictures are reversed. That's actually what would happen after a lobotomy.
I believe it.
That comes back to the respect of that history there. Yeah, so that's more patient rooms. Like, can you just see how like the doors and everything just seem like a prison cell? It's like in the basement or something. I don't know. Drew didn't tell me where any of these pictures were, and neither did Vince. Vince said, "Hey, these are unedited. Have fun." So those are reasons for admission to this specific hospital.
Oh God.
During the Civil War era. Grief was a wild one. Yeah, this is stuff that these people were admitted for. Grief.
The war.
Yeah, the war. That one made me.
Loss of arm.
Mm-hmm. Ill treatment by husband. So domestic abuse.
Smallpox.
Throwback to smallpox.
Epileptic.
Yeah.
Suppression of. Kicked in the head by a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Superstition.
Mm-hmm.
Bit by a rattlesnake.
Mm-hmm.
Dog bite.
Mm-hmm.
Snuff.
Keep going because it gets wilder.
Novel read. Salvation.
When you see it, you'll notice.
Am I on the right side?
This side.
Okay. Overtaxing mental powers. Politics. Women.
Literally just women.
Honestly.
Honestly.
It's true. Gunshot wound. Yeah.
Yep.
Liver and social disease. Dad.
Sexual derangement. Fever.
Seduction.
Yeah.
Kick of horse again.
Gastritis.
Oh, that's good. Mom.
Congestion of brain.
Bad company.
Yep.
Sunstroke.
Mm-hmm.
Overheating.
Mm-hmm.
Bad habits. Political excitement.
Cried.
Worms. Remorse. Milk fever.
No.
Opium habit. Crime. Excessive sexual abuse. Fighting fire. That's weird. Bad whiskey. Women trouble.
Yeah. So whenever
Marriage to son.
yeah, that was
Overstudy of religion.
yeah, like religious psychosis.
Laziness. We need to bring these back.
The war.
Self-abuse. The war.
The war is just says the war.
Female disease. Hysteria. Periodical fits and tobacco. Snut.
Brain
Snuff
fever?
eating for 2 years. Spinal irritation.
I didn't know you ate that, but okay.
Brain fever. Indigestion. Cold. Just cold.
Just
Fall
cold.
from horse.
Severe labor. So that was they had
Jealousy.
they had a lot of slaves come through. What? So they had
Hold on.
prison cells.
Fever and loss of lawsuit.
Yeah. I hate it when that
Imprisonment.
happens.
Imprisonment.
I hate it when I have to go to the doctor because of loss of lawsuit. But like literally, you could get
Parents
it.
were cousins. Shooting of
Dude,
daughter.
same. Our parents are cousins.
No, they're not. Exposure in army. Jealousy. Jesus.
Yeah. So they have they had an entire building specifically for prisoners. Like an infirmary kind of area. Yeah. But the bars on the windows is crazy because like even if you weren't a psych patient, they thought you could go crazy and boom. Like that's how big those rooms are. That's from Fairfield County Infirmary. That's in the morgue. That was the body draining sink tub trough. I laid in that. And then they told me what it was. And I said, I'm going to have to go get vaccines now. Shout out to my Instagram. Go follow me. That's the prison.
Like West Penn?
Yeah, that's West Penn. That right.
I guess I would have looked at the top, yes.
Right up here in this area is the psych ward. Somewhere up in that area. That's Trans-Allegheny. I took that picture of myself. The most infamous rooms are all like right here.
Like where?
Like right there where you're.
Right here.
Yeah, like they're all like right there. There's like so many just infamous things that's happened down that hallway.
What in the world did I just?
Mm.
We already looked at that one.
Yeah. Oh, that's the electrotherapy, which you had all these people would like pay to come and watch. I don't know if that's
sporting event.
Yeah, that's a lobotomy happening. They shove an ice pick through your eye and drive it in with a little hammer and hit that frontal lobe right there. And it was supposed to cure people of autism and schizophrenia and seizures and everything else, but actually it made it worse.
Imagine.
That's
who would have ever thought an ice pick would have?
I'm not really sure what's
something.
going on there. It looks like maybe waterboarding and also electrotherapy and maybe a lobotomy all at one time. JFK's sister had a lobotomy. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No.
Well, now you do. You're welcome.
Interesting.
Yeah. What else do you want to know?
Well, I don't know. What's something that I didn't ask that you were prepared to answer?
I don't know. I have more equipment. Let me show you how it works.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
I brought something for you and Ashley.
Oh, hell.
Something you can keep forever, and you should.
It's not tainted with spirits, is it?
I can make it untainted, but I don't know if it's gonna really work. I brought y'all some emotional support ghosts I made.
Little ghosties.
Yep, the green one's yours, obviously, and the pink one's hers.
Well, I'll make sure she receives, and I'll make sure she receives these.
Just one. This one's yours. This one's yours, just in case you get sad. There he is.
It's a little ghost keychain. I'm gonna wear it on my thumb every episode.
I make that.
I'm
In my free time, I crochet.
gonna wear mine. So when Ashley's not here, this is my co-host. This is Ashley. I'll keep it that way. I have Ashley as a co-host.
Do you mean to make you another one of just Ashley?
I'll use mine. It's a good idea. I just had that.
Good job. So let's kind of go through some more of the equipment and kind of what it does. I'm going to probably poorly explain to you what it does, but that's fine. So this is a pendulum board that I made myself. It's got 4 slots. Yes and no is this way, or yes is this way and no is this way. You set it down on a table. Pretend this is a table. You will take a pendulum. I've been told I say this wrong. I don't care. Sue me. And
Ashes, we all fall down.
I'm not going to actually use it.
Yeah, let's not do that.
You say, is there anybody here that wants to talk to me? And then that will...
I don't have any more microphones. We can't have any guests.
Dang it. That will just kind of do its thing and like swing yes or no. I've got... You might not be able to see it. Oh, yeah, you can. So basically, I take about 3 strips of Scotch tape to this button because I didn't get an automatic laser grid because those were expensive. But basically, this will, you kind of see how you can see something walk past it. This works. I don't care who you are or what you say, that works. That's freaky whenever you see something go across the dot. This is actually just a door alarm like people have in stores. Again, this is, it picks up motion. I've set it up at I like to set it up in front of like a ball or something, and it'll catch that ball moving and you'll hear it from another room. I would turn it on, but it's super loud, so I'm not going to do that.
Get the dogs all riled up.
Yeah. I've got multiple different kinds of just... These are actually cat toys. Waffles would love this. She cannot have it, though. I'm running low on these because...
I don't even know where she's at.
But I think everybody kind of knows how, like, a motion sensor cat toy works. But, like, once it stops, a spirit can roll it, and it'll turn on. And that's how you know a ghost is there. I have little stands for them. They're pipe fittings. Oh, this is like paranormal investigating, but like ghetto, if I'm allowed to say that. I don't know. I got suspended on TikTok for saying pilgrim.
Yeah, well, this isn't TikTok, so we don't really care about rules around here.
I'm not really sure where the battery has gone to in the bottom of this bag. There's a stray gummy worm in there, I believe. I thought there was 2 batteries. I might only be 1. No. Okay, well, I can't really demonstrate this one. we've lost the battery. Boys, we've lost the battery. But anyway, 2 batteries go in this. This is a fishing bobber. I get questions all the time. Where did I get this cat ball? It's actually not. It's a bobber for catfishing. But you screw it in there. And you barely screw it in there. So it kind of has that break of current. And if it gets touched, it will turn back on. Again, kind of freaky, but that's okay. We like freaky things around here. Or I do. A mag light, which works in the same way. You set it on a table, barely on, or with the battery unscrewed, and that's that break of current that electromagnetic field can turn back on from a spirit. This one's a dinosaur. And you're probably like, what do you use a dinosaur for? This is a trigger object for children. You would be amazed, and adults. Sometimes adults, like kind of developmentally delayed adults, will absolutely do any kind of thing, touch any kind of equipment for toys. Dinosaurs. We got some ducks. Most of the stuff in my actual like equipment box is just toys that I've gotten from like Happy Meals. We got the dogs and use them as like a kind of like a, hey, we're safe. We're giving you things. We will give you things if you will do stuff for us.
What's this big thing over here in the other pocket?
We'll get to that. We'll get to it. This is my mask for S-2 sessions, because you do also have to be blindfolded for those sometimes if you want to be. I don't normally blindfold myself because it kind of freaks me out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything in this except for maybe possibly more toys. Nope, a battery. I haven't cleaned this thing out in probably 5 investigations, so I don't really know what's in here. So you've seen this before. Lauren, if you're watching this, it took me 3 years, but I finally did lose the charger for this. I did have to get a new one. So this is a custom Lauren Hunt's what's called a crystal pod. Now, normally you hear about a REM pod. However, Lauren made a different, like the same thing, but it's got the similar aspects of a REM pod. Basically, it picks up, like a REM pod will pick up like temperature changes and stuff like that. However, those are very sensitive. They're very sensitive to, cold ground, this and that, everything else. However, this one has an insulated bottom, so it's not as sensitive. I've had this for 3 or 4 years now, and it's very hard for it to go off. And I've never been in the same room as it whenever it goes off. But there are components in it that is
Don't try to take that through customs.
No, actually a couple of my friends have had issues with them because they're suspicious. Yeah. There's some components in here that are for motion and kind of like a heat. So like if I turn it on, it's a lot easier to show you. See, it finally like...
There's something calling us.
No, it's my hand under it because my hand is warm.
AT&T, how may we help you?
Literally, all the spirit has to do is just get close to it and it'll go off. Or that temperature will change and it will kind of go off too. It doesn't work as much on temperature. I haven't had as much luck on it with like any kind of temperature aspect of it. I don't even know if it works with temperature. Now I'll say that. But anyway, it just goes off with the motion or the sensor of it. Because the sensor of this box and this box are kind of a similar sensor.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of goes off with that proximity of something there.
Your antenna was inside. I don't know if you can put that back in there.
Oh, yeah. She told me not to lose the charger or the antenna. Well, I've lost the charger. Let's maybe not lose the antenna. But yeah, she custom made this with my favorite colors.
Interesting.
Yeah. What else would you like to read?
I don't really know. What have we not talked about that you want to talk about?
I don't know. Whatever you want.
This is your show.
Oh, we also have this little guy. We have one of those battery operated candles that you kind of toggle the switch in between the on and off. I've had it go off a couple times where that break in energy gets turned on. I don't know. A lot of it's all about theory and what we think happens. Because, I mean, we're never going to know really what happens until we're dead.
Yeah. That's true. Well, you've shown us all your tools.
Mm-hmm.
You've answered all the questions.
All of them.
You've provided me with a new co-host.
Ashley 2.0.
I think this is a good place to leave it.
Okay.
Think so?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tag all your info in the description and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Social media, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any other social media that you want me to connect to it, I can do that. Just send it to me.
Only face numbers.
No, only toes. Feet finder.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget about that. Big on there. Big on there. Multi-million-dollar maker.
Well, I guess here's one last question. We'll leave it with this one last question. Is Bigfoot real?
Is your mom real?
Depends on what day of the week.
We have the same mom. Allegedly. I mean, I feel like I'm only going to believe in Bigfoot if I actually see Bigfoot.
But you believe in ghosts?
If I see ghosts.
People have seen Bigfoot.
Yeah, probably. He could probably be real. He's definitely, if he was real, he could make a lot of money on Feet Finder. I mean, you know what? I've heard ghost feet before, so maybe Bigfoot is real. Because I've heard a ghost fully step in a puddle of water before.
Recording stopped.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Quadcast.
Remember, breaking stigma doesn't stop when the episode ends. We're building a movement, and you're a part of it. Stay strong, stay aware, and stay connected.
And this is the Quadcast, signing out.